Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today we are discussing about mains answer writing. So mastering the mains answer writing is one of the key aspects for you to rank higher and ultimately qualify the examination. I would say that even though prelims is considered to be one of the toughest stages in the as the initial entry points, main examination is the element which takes you to the top and gives you an edge over others with respect to ranking and your chances of qualifying the examination with a safe margin. As you all know, the weightage to main examination is very, very high, and the weightage to the personality test slash interview is very, very low. So, if you have scored the maximum amount of marks in the main examination, you will have the confidence that you might be somewhere able to qualify the examination, even though your interview is difficult and you're not maybe able to score very high in that. So, it's always good to have a safe margin over the mains examination and then give you the benefit of taking a flexibility in terms of your interview marks. So let's get started. So first of all, quality is the main aspect of main examination rather than quantity. As you all know, each paper of the main examination has about 20 questions, all of essay type format, a long answer format. And there are 10 questions initially of about 150 words, and then you have 250 word answers for the 20 mark, the other questions. 1 to 10 questions are of 150 words, and the 11th to 20th questions are for 250 marks. Now, how to develop the art of answer writing and how to make your style of writing is developed through experience, and that is not common for everyone. But then you have to develop the habit of writing as early as possible to develop your style of answer writing and to find out which are the areas in which you need special guidance, where you need special focus to perform better in the mains examination. Now, as you all know, for main examination, I had, said in the previous videos, I developed notes in Google Docs. I had divided my notes as GS 1, 2, 3, ethics, and my optional subject. So each file would be each paper of the examination, and in that particular file, I used to divide the topics and give multiple subheadings and headings to divide among the various subjects that are part of each paper. For example, GS1 will have history. So I'll make a heading for history and various subheadings for various topics in history where I need to quickly revise. And there is geography also in the paper one. So I'll give another subheading, and multiple topics under that will be covered. So this way I used to get a glance as to which are the topics in one particular paper, and instantly I could revise one file, and that way one paper of the examination. So this becomes easier and becomes really handy, especially during the quick revision times that you have immediately before the mains examination, and in the gap between the first paper and the second paper, that is between the morning session and the afternoon session of the examination also, you will be able to revise quickly if you have a consolidated note for your papers ready beforehand. That is how that has been. Now coming to specifically writing an answer to the examination questions, you need to have an introduction, body, and conclusion. Now coming to the introduction, mostly how you can have your introductions is there will be certain keywords that will be part of the question. For example, cyclone, define cyclones, or what are cyclones, what are the different examples that you can give for cyclones, etc. So you will define cyclone in the introduction, and then you will give a data or a relevant fact which is in relation to cyclone or a recent cyclone that has happened. So that way it's always good to like define all the key terms in the question, in the initial paragraph itself, and then give a factual data or an example or a report which suggests that these many number of cyclones or the intensity or the frequency of cyclones have increased in the recent past, as cited by the World Meteorological Organization, etc. So it's always too good to remember these points beforehand itself, so it can be used across a wide spectra of answers. This will save your time and make your answer writing process very very easy. So that is one step. Coming to the there is always a debate as to whether a paragraph type of answering or a pointed answering writing practice is good. So it is from a examiner's perspective, if you think, you will get an idea that writing in bullet points is the most easiest for a person to catch the different points and give you marks very very easily, and to identify that you have answered all parts of the question. So you can divide into different subheadings and answer each part of the question. So usually a question will have more than 2 to 3 parts to it. So if you address each part individually, the examiner will instantly get an idea that you have answered all parts of the question. So there itself you will get a edge over others, that you have addressed all the parts of the question, and then going to each part, you can give each bullet point addressing each dimension of the topic, and then give an example. So here becomes the most crucial part of the examination, giving examples to each statement that you're making, each bullet point that you're making needs to be given an example, so that whatever you're saying is validated with the respect of data, proper inferences, and proper real life examples. So that can be taken. So when I used to write an example, I used to write EG, and I used to round it up so that the focus goes to the example, that I've clearly given an example that is clearly delineated from the rest of the answers. Then you can give subheadings and address all parts of the question. All parts is very very important. Initially when you're reading the question itself, identify which are the parts of the question, and you can number it and then address it in all the different aspects of the answer. Now coming to the conclusion may you can give the slogans, various catchy lines used by the Prime Minister, Vice President, various ministers use. We have one nation, sabka saath sabka vikas, vasudhaiva kudumbakam, etc. In different papers, for different papers there are different catchy lines which will be made applicable. But then if you remember it beforehand, if you by heart it beforehand, you can use it across different papers. So there also you will save a lot of time. Even then your answers will look very very clean, crispy, and up to date. So you can use and remember all these aspects and go prepared. So your conclusion should always be in a positive direction. So even when you have given the pros and cons of a topic in the body of the answer, you need to take a positive glance at the topic when it comes to the conclusions, because as officers, as civil servants, we are always made to work towards the positive edge of solving a problem and coming to a better conclusion by our effort. So you can also take a role model or a sample that has been followed, best practice from different part of the world that can be implemented here, that also can be given in the conclusion. So anything which is in the positive realm can be utilized in the conclusion. I will just give you a tip as to how I used to answer the paper. So as you know, time management is one of the very crucial aspects of mains answer writing. So most people struggle with mains answer writing with managing their time. So initially when you're answering the paper, I think out of the 20 questions, you'll be able to answer maybe 4 to 5 questions properly, and then you will be like running behind all the other answers just to fill the paper. But eventually when you grow in your answer writing practice, you will be able to answer all the questions. That is the ideal situation that should be developed. But then to ensure quality at the same time with quantity is a very big challenge that most of the aspirants face. So people use different strategies to answer the questions in different formats. So how I used to do is that I used to answer the 1 to 5 questions initially in the one go, and then I used to answer the 11th to 28th questions, and then come to the 6th to 10th question. the logic that I thought out at this point, this is personally like aligned to my strength or weakness, so you can change it according to your preferences. So when an examiner is reading your paper, when he reads the first and to the fifth question, he's really developing the first impression about you. That is really going to have a dynamics over how he's going to grade you for the examination. So the first 1 to 5 questions, I'm at my best, I'm giving my good quality answers, I'm taking a little bit of time, etc. So I'm giving with legible handwriting also. My handwriting also stays to be the best in the initial answers and changes eventually in the other answers. So that is ensured in the first to the fifth question. And then when I'm going to the 11th to 20th question, is that they are long answers and you need to write more content over there. And there also you need to balance between your handwriting and your quality of the answers. So that I used to do. And when coming back to the 6th to 10th questions, I would eventually naturally be at my worst, because I'll be not able to ensure a lot of quality over quantity and all of that. But still I'm because I have written the more number of words in the 11th to 20th question, I have increased my pace of writing, so I'll have a habit of writing faster. But then there might be small errors in the quality part, but then also I'll be able to complete the paper by the 6th to 10th questions. That is how my strategy has been. That has worked for me. I hope it will work for you as well, but then you can develop your own strategy as to what is the best. So it has taken me like almost months and months to come to this strategy which is working best for me. So I'm directly giving it to you so that it can help you. You can develop, you can try this out, or anything of that sort. You will get to see different options and different opinions about this. But personally, from my experience, I didn't take anybody else's experience to like develop my strategy. It's what has worked for me is what I'm telling you. You can use that. And then you can also make diagrams. When you are making, please try to delineate it with a box or something like that, and you can give number to the diagram. It's always important, and it's also a sign of a good organized person to give numbers to your figures. So you can write it as figure number 1. What is it about? You can give you can give a subheading also to the diagram and delineate it with a box or some sort of a difference. You may make it at the side of the paper or in the center of the paper. So anywhere, you please delineate it using a box or a circle or something, and name the figure as well. That's a good habit, especially in geography papers. You will really need to make these figures, and please practice these figures beforehand itself to quickly make the map of India, world map, etc. Please practice it beforehand itself, so that in like a few seconds, like in 30 seconds, you'll 15 to 30 seconds, you're able to make a map out of it and mark it. So that has to be done. And also please ensure that you complete the paper. So it's a quick task for you to understand what is quality over quantity, but then please complete the paper also. It's not aspirational if you write 10 good quality questions and don't answer the rest of the questions. So you need to really balance. There is a very small line of differentiation between quality over quantity in the mains examination. Please try to answer all the questions, and then the focus should be on the quality, is what I would say. But then also don't simply blabber or give non-factual data into the paper. Please ensure that you're trying to answer it up to a quality, but missing out on a few answers will have a huge cost on your final marks. That is why you get at least minimum marks in each question. Will definitely help you to get to be in the competition and not go out of the race by not answering. Now, what you have to do is that when you initially get the question paper, please go through. I think you will get a separate paper of the questions only, and then you will get the answer booklet with the questions and answer. So when you're getting the question paper alone, you can read all the questions. You can simply skim through all the questions in one go, and then just brainstorm for a while, and then come to answer writing part. So that's very, very helpful. Since you have already read the questions, you will, while answering, you can think while writing the answer. So that's a very big important quality, to be able to think while writing your answer. So simply you don't have time to like think separately and write later. While writing one point, you will be thinking about the example and the next point as well. So that's a quality you develop over time. So this is what I have felt that has helped me in my main examination writing practice. So as I always tell you, practice is what makes you perfect when it comes to mains answer writing. Nobody can teach you, nobody can help you so much if you are not able to put that effort and give enough practice. That's why I tell you to join test series, even if you're not going for coaching. I don't really recommend that. Please write test series regularly so that you develop the habit, you get the hint of writing. So when you have finally developed the ability to answer all the 20 questions on time, you will be having that confidence in you that now you can improve upon the examples, the points that you're making, the quality part. And I think that this is going to definitely help you, since I've shared my experience with you. So I would wish you all a very best in terms of your preparation, because I know the journey is not easy, but since people like me and others have gone through the journey, it's certainly possible for you to crack the examination. And practice will make you perfect. Please give enough discipline, attention to each aspect of the examination. Never ignore any aspect, is what I would tell you. So as always, if you have any queries with respect to any part of the examination, you can definitely get in touch with me. I hope you all prosper in your efforts and get to the final results as early as possible. So as always, good luck to you, and until the next video, it's a goodbye from me. Thank you so much.